Good evening, everyone. So today is the 24th, Tuesday, our usual night for Zoom, and I appreciate everybody coming. Sue and John are going to be a little late. They have a phone call they have to do, and Dorothy was volunteering at church, so she's running a little late. They'll probably pop on in here in just a minute. For those who are catching it recorded, I hope you benefit from it as well. So we're going to share our screen now. And we have the sounds of nature. That's oh, and there's Riley too. So we're going to, the one question that we have that we're going to answer once we get through with our lesson tonight is what I would really like to accomplish right now is, and I put that because we're really going to be studying structural tension. The Zoom, the healthy, what are the healthy habits Zoom calls that we do every Wednesday night. This one is last week's, and it was on structural tension, and I think it came at a perfect time. The person who is doing it is Miriam Stobexy, and I may know her, but she doesn't look familiar to me. And I don't remember ever meeting her, but you meet so many people at convention. And as I was doing the Zoom call, she didn't do it before and after. If she did, I missed it. And so I went to her Facebook page, and I found her before and after because her story is such a good one. I really wanted to see what she looked like. And if y'all remember back when we did the question and answers with Dr. Anderson, he couldn't find a rubber band in his desk, but he found that rubber piece there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And so the benefits of structural tension and your current reality, and then you have this thing pulling you that wants to hold you in the same place, and then you have this vision that you want to achieve, that which matters most. But it's very easy to get distracted or to completely stop, and then some people actually go in the other direction. So I found this to be really beneficial. Miriam is just like us. You know, we sit in our room on our computers in our home. You'll notice in hers, she's in a room in her house. If we all set goals and we all make plans, and it's for things that matter most to us, we plan the actions that we're going to take. We don't just hope that we succeed. Like getting an education, we know the steps, and we are ready already, and many of our are already in place. And when we get married and raising a family, we don't just do that haphazardly. I mean, it's specific who we marry. And when we get our children, it's specific what we want for them. Starting a business, there's a whole lot goes into starting a business. And you just don't do it on a wing and a prayer and hope that it happens. The point is, without a plan and without a good why, how committed could we really be? And that's why I thought this was a great lesson for us tonight. And I'm going to put this up here. We're going to get started.
Finally, boom. Well,
hi, Dorothy.
Miriam Stobexy.
Can you see it?
No, small. Oh, now we can. Yeah.
I mean, but you can actually see it. I'll enlarge it. I just want to make you sure you see it.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? Okay. Dorothy's here. Good job.
Yeah, I hear it. I see it.
Yeah. Could you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make it big. And we're going to get going with Miriam.
Cried Up to be a coach, and I am super duper excited to be your hostess tonight and bring you a topic that is near and dear to my heart and especially relevant. So, I know you guys are all letting us know where you're from, but I'm going to ask you a different question to throw into the chat because I need a little reassurance that it's not just me. I'm going to describe a scenario. Go ahead and write into the chat, yes, if you can relate to this, okay? You are rocking your plan, or, as much as ever. Whatever the plan is you're on, whatever your goals are, you're rocking it. And then you have a huge vacation coming up. And you are so nervous. Oh my goodness, I'm in a routine, everything's going great, and you know this vacation is going to present some sort of stumbling block. So what do? You make a plan. You're like, I am going to do this. You set out all your little baggies on the counter. You fill it with all of your fuelings. You pack up your bag. You're on vacation. You eat those fuelings every 2 to 3 hours. You are chug-a-lugging your water. You go out to eat with the folks you're vacationing with, and you make amazing choices. And you rock your plan on your vacation. Now, I know that I don't see too many yeses yet. That wasn't the part I was asking you to relate to, okay? Here's the part I want to know if you can relate to this. You nail it. You're away, you're on vacation, and you nail it. You're like, woo, I got this. And then you come home, and boom, you fall apart. Yes, I see somebody said yes, yes, yep, yes. Oh, I feel so much better now. I knew it couldn't just be me. I mean, I'm sorry for all of you that you're struggling with this, but I feel a little bit more human right now. Oh my goodness, the yeses are just exploding in the chat. Now, some of you might be thinking, I don't know, I don't go on too many vacations. So let's replace vacation with holiday, right? The holidays are coming. And you're like, oh my gosh, the holidays are coming. You're all nervous. The holidays are going to be so challenging. So you go above and beyond, on the phone. What are you guys serving? Great. You're bringing food to the holiday meal. You're helping prepare. You nail it. Wow, I got this. What was I so afraid of? And then you go home, and boom, the holiday's over, and boom. Okay, I'm getting a lot of yeses and absolutelys. The flip side is true too, right? I'm going to give you a very real example. I don't even remember when, maybe a few months ago, my back went out, and I was in bed for a week. Well, I managed to get out of my bed every 2 to 3 hours. I literally guzzled my water because I had to just have it every 2 to 3 hours. I had my fuelings. I got back into bed. I was so down for the count. And I managed to rock my program against all odds. And what do you think happened as soon as I got better? Okay. So this is what I fondly call the willpower hangover. Glad to know there are so many of you on the line who can relate to this. Makes it a relevant topic. So of course, when I was asked to host this call, I said, I know my topic. I'm going to talk about the willpower hangover because it is very relevant to me, and I've spoken to other people, and I know it comes up for them. Okay, so I was all excited. Know we've got a relevant topic, but then I had a problem. I have a problem, right? I knew the problem. I knew the challenge, but I didn't quite know the solution. So pulled out one of my favorite books. I know I'm supposed to say Dr. A's Habits of Health. That is also one of my favorite books, and I will get to it in a minute. But I pulled out another one of my favorite books, The Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal. And she compares willpower to a muscle. And she talks about how just like when you use your muscles, when you do a really hard workout, you may wake up the very next morning and feel, oh my gosh, exhausted. I can't move. I'm not going to walk. I cannot go to the gym today, right? So that super hard workout yesterday causes you to pretty much do nothing today. And she talks about the possibility that willpower could be like that muscle, and that if you work it hard enough, it may get worn out and it may get tired. I see folks in the chat are asking, what's the name of that book? The Willpower Instinct. It's a personal fave. Anyhow, so that was one solution I came up with, but I didn't feel quite satisfied. So I kept searching. And I was thinking to myself, you know what else it could be? Again, please throw it into the chat. It feels so good over here when I'm just this one person sitting here, knowing I'm surrounded by a community of people who understand what I'm talking about. You rock your vacation against all odds, or whatever it is, you fill in the blank. Whatever your obstacle is that you were so nervous about, and you managed to kill it. And, well, at the end of it, well, you deserve a reward, don't you? You come home and you're like, I managed to resist that ice cream, that all-you-can-eat buffet, the all-inclusive drinks. Well, gosh darn it, I've earned that fill in the blank, right? Some of you, maybe the ice cream in your freezer. Why is there ice cream in your freezer? For others, who knows? It could be the next time you're out to dinner with friends and you're like, well, I resisted that whole time, so, okay? And it happens to be this topic was more relevant than I ever imagined, because I was away this past weekend at an awesome leadership conference with Optavia. And while it certainly is an amazing opportunity to be surrounded by so many health coaches, it's a few days away from home, away from my routine in sunny Florida. And I was with friends, and I knew that life wasn't going to look exactly like it looked here at home when it's easy. So what did I do? Took my Ziploc bags, went to my counter. I packed bags of my fuelings. I packed up what other foods I would need. I was on my plan. I talked about it beforehand. I had my waters. Oh my goodness. Wednesday, I rocked it. Thursday, I rocked it. Friday, I rocked it. You guys, by the way, I know you're all at the edge of your seats waiting to hear me talk about how I fell apart. That's just not nice, okay? I held it together. Spoiler alert, this does not end in a binge fest by me, okay? But I'm getting there. Saturday, I rocked it. Saturday night, we go to a banquet, and I sit down at the table, and there is this delicious piece of chocolate cake. And I held it up to the folks that I'm sitting with now. Please remember, I told you I was at an Optavia conference, so I was surrounded by a bunch of health coaches. And I held it up to them, and I said, I've earned this. And I was half joking. I was only half joking because I know I was leading this call. I probably would have been serious any other time before that. Of course, then I'm going around and shoving it in everyone's faces, and I'm like, look at this. You see this? I earned this the last few days. And it made me stop and think. Say, is this what I've been earning the past few days when I was rocking my program? Wednesday I rocked, Thursday I rocked, Friday I rocked. Jackie's saying this really happened. It's not just a story. This is a really true story. I said to myself, all these days and months and, well, years, folks, because it's been about 4 years for me, all these days and months and years that I've been working, it was not for this chocolate cake. And it forced me to think, what am I really working toward? And perhaps I should not admit by Saturday night I didn't have all of the pieces of this mystery for this call put into place, but maybe that's why that chocolate cake ended up on that table. And it turns out the key to my willpower hangover is a tool that you on this call are already using and don't even know it. And you can deploy it as a superpower. So what is that special magical tool? I know you're all at the edge of your seat. I feel like saying, throw into the chat, drum roll. I mean, really, right? Aren't you like, tell me. Okay, we have some guesses, all good guesses. I see stop, challenge, choose, your why. Oh, and then I just have some folks who are like, tell us. Okay, I'll tell you. I know, you're on the edge of your seats. It is called structural tension. That was a little anticlimactic. You're probably like, why'd she just hold up her hands? It's because I'm wearing a bracelet that says structural tension, because it could not possibly be a coincidence that this topic for this call tonight was so relevant when we were at our conference that we even got souvenirs that say it on it. I mean, how convenient. Okay, so now you may be asking yourself, what is this structural tension you keep flashing in front of the screen? Well, I can tell you that you've already used it to get to this call, right? Because you're on this call now, but you weren't on this call beforehand. You made a decision that you wanted to be on this call, and you were not on this call. You made a decision to be on this call and had to do all the things in between. Maybe it was put it on your calendar. Maybe it was put your kids to bed early, depending on which coast you're on. Your kids may not be asleep yet. But whatever it is, you were here, you wanted to be there, and you had to figure out all the things in between. Okay? Almost 4 years ago, I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary of the day that I decided enough was enough. And 252 pounds. I just said that out loud on a national recorded call. Gulp. I decided enough was enough. And I was on my journey to lose 100 pounds. Now, I'm going to say a whole lot of things now that may be a whole compliant mess. So my apologies in advance, but I lost my 100 pounds without deviating even once. I don't know if I'm the exception or the rule. Most people think that is crazy, like some sort of robot. And I remember once my coach asked me, she said, by the way, shout out to my awesome coach, Miriam Khan. I bet she's on this call. She doesn't miss a single one. But she asked me once, how did you stay so focused when you were on your journey to lose 100 pounds? I mean, that's a long time, 100 pounds. It's not overnight. And I said to her, well, I knew you were going to call me every week. And I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to tell you I quit. So while there is truth to that, the real truth is that I really wanted to lose 100 pounds as quickly as possible. And I was laser focused on my goal. Always. I was 252 pounds and I wanted to be 151. I ended up losing 101. And I know that sounds like an accomplishment, but for those of you who are type A like me, it's like 101, kind of like, come on, it would have been worth it to lose one less pound, right, folks? You know what I mean. Anyhow, so here I was, 252, and I desperately wanted to be 152, right? Here I was in size, I don't even know if I was in a 3X at that point, kind of stopped counting at some point. And I really wanted to shop in a regular store, in the regular section. There was a lot of tension, and that tension kept me laser focused. Nothing got in my way because there was nothing I wanted more than this. Okay? Anyhow, this tension reminds me of this guy, right? I figure if I pull out a guitar, you might all think I actually know how to play, and that would probably be a whole lot better if I like strummed it now in a way that made sense. But the strings of structural tension remind me of a guitar string, because if they're not tight enough, you ain't gonna get no music. So while we're doing this call, I want you to think about what is at the top of your structural tension chart. Because if you don't really want it that bad, you're not gonna get any music, okay? Please sing. You're funny. Sing I could do. Play guitar, not so much. Okay. Anyhow, so here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna have a little fun exercise. And you're gonna start to think about what your goal is. What do you really, really want? Okay, how badly do you want it? And oh my goodness, cannot be a coincidence. I have a client who I really love dearly. And she messaged me tonight a quote. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to say that on the call. And she got it actually out of the willpower instinct. Boom, no coincidences, right? The concept of I did that because I wanted to versus I did that so now I can do what I really want. If it's the latter, you got to think of a new goal. That's not really your why. Your why has to be something you really, really want. Okay. I keep talking about structural tension. This is not from here. Okay, folks? So I'm going to share my screen with you and show you a handy dandy doc that you can go ahead and ask your coach for, because it's now stuck on my screen and you don't have it, but you're going to want it. Well, that is if you want to achieve your goal. So we'll take just a minute. Whoop. You can take just a minute and shoot a text to your coach. Okay, we have a minute. So I'm just going to keep blabbing away here while you send your coach a text. You're going to say to your coach, hi coach, can you please send me a link to a structural tension chart? Thanks. Okay. Told you I'm going to give you a minute. I'm a woman of my word. That's funny. I see it in the chat. My coach is hosting this call. Hey, shout out to Jackie. I will send you a structural tension chart just as soon as this call is over. Now I know what you're thinking, but I don't want to wait for my coach to send it to me, and I want to do the work now. I know. I also want you to do the work now. So here's what we're going to do. I'll give you 1 more minute, and by minute, I mean more like 10 seconds, to go grab a pen and a blank piece of paper. We're going to create our own structural tension chart right now. You ready? Oh my gosh, look at that. We have coaches on the line who said I screen grabbed it and sent it to her. You're so awesome. Oh, look at this. I see relationships going on in the chat over here between coaches and clients, and this one wants one. This one's already sent one. Super cool. Love that you guys are getting down to it. Okay. Hopefully by now you have your pen and your piece of paper. Right? I'm going to start with you with my blank piece of paper. Hang on 1 second while I shift things around on my screen. I got to keep track of the time here, folks. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. On the top of the page, about 1 inch from the top, draw a line. You with me so far? Under that line, you're going to write the words goal, vision. And this is going to take a minute because you have to think about what you want. And I mean what you really, really want. And I'm not going to break out into the Spice Girls right now, even though it is darn tempting, right? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Okay? I wanna, oh, I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't. Anyhow, so put it up there. What do you really want? And as my coach says, the why that makes you cry. Okay, put it up there. What is it? Maybe it's a weight. Maybe it's to run a 10K. Maybe it's to leave your job. Maybe it's to get that RV and travel cross country. Okay, what is it? What is your goal and vision? Can you do me a favor? You finished writing it on your page. Throw it in. Throw it into the chat. Be brave. Be generous. Tell everybody what you want. Maybe it'll make them feel more comfortable to dream. Ooh, I want to love myself. Ooh, shorts. Love it. New teeth. I want adventure. For the person who wrote I want adventure, I challenge you to get a little more specific. What is your first adventure going to be? Oh my goodness. They're coming in so quickly. I want to shop. Where do you want to shop? Ooh, bike packing. I don't even know what that means. Is that backpacking with a bike? That sounds cool. International missions. Get specific, folks. Get really specific. You know what I want? I really, really, really want a vacation home by the water, in the woods, where there are mountains and lots of wood and logs and a down payment for a new home. Look at this. We've got a lot of, I want to say dreamers in the bunch, but you're going to make it more than a dream today, okay? You're going to make this a reality if you follow structural tension. And it may not be a quick fix. This is not an overnight thing. Oh my goodness, look at all this. I want skinny jeans. I dare you to buy those skinny jeans and hang them up in your house because they're waiting for you. Look what we have. Oh, debt-free. Okay, so you're going to want to, right? I'm not going to give any spoilers. Leave my job. Golly, touch my toes. I love that. That really resonates. Skydiving. Wow. Cool. Concrete goal over there. I do not share that goal with you. I do not. Okay. At the bottom of your page, draw another line. And right under that line, write the words current reality. Where are you right now? So, person who wrote she wants to go skydiving. Have you taken any lessons? Oh, I may be jumping the gun, but where are you right? Meaning, are you amidst training? Where are you right now? Or if you want to be debt-free, right? That was at the top. Where are you right now? And it's going to be painful, possibly, to write just how much debt you are in at the bottom of that page. But this page is for you and maybe for somebody you super duper trust to keep you accountable. Okay, at the top of my goal and vision, it used to say 150 pounds, and at the bottom, it said 252. At the top, it said, wear whatever I want, bought from wherever I want. And at the bottom, it was, I could shop at one store and get whatever fit. Not even what looked good, just whatever fit. Okay, so what's your current reality? You know, maybe for those of you, I saw a lot of this, leave my job, or, you know, the current reality. Maybe it's, I'm working 20 hours a day. I don't get to see my kids. I work in a hostile work environment. My commute is 4 hours, whatever it is, write your current reality down at the bottom, as painful as it is. Okay, you have it? So far, top and the bottom have all been up here. For many of you, also probably right here. But in order to get from your current reality to your goal, to your vision, can you see it? You need to take action. Okay? So what are your secondary choices going to be that are going to get you from point A to point B? If you want to be debt free and you currently have X amount of debt, how much do you need to pay off a month? How are you going to earn that money? What are some other jobs you can take up, right? If you want to go skydiving and right now, no, right? I need to take lessons. I believe there's a weight requirement for skydiving because I have a friend who's on this call whose name I saw, who's one of her goals was skydiving, and that got her to lose a whole good amount of healthy weight. So what do you need to do in order to make skydiving happen? Okay, so what are those secondary actions? For me, I was 252 pounds. I wanted to be 152 pounds. Well, you better believe my secondary choices included, for me, the 5 and 1. It included healthy sleep every night. It included a whole heck of a lot of water. It included getting healthy in my relationships, and it included getting on calls just like this. It included being in touch with my coach. It included being active in our Facebook support community. It included a whole lot of reading. Okay. One of the books, or shall I say 2 of the books that were on my secondary choices were these. And hopefully you all own it. If not, it's something else to ask your coach about, because you're going to see a whole lot of these charts in this book. Okay. So what are the secondary choices that you have to make to get to your goal and vision? Now here's something really interesting. I'm going to pull up my bracelet again. Dr. A is giving us this visual of our structural tension, right? So I'll use my example, right? It's 252 pounds, and I want it to be 150. It's up here. Got a whole lot of tension. Well, guess what happened? As I started to lose my weight, what's happening? Right? There's less and less tension. And when there's less and less tension, what do we tend to do? I'm expecting to see the chat blow up. I'm expecting to see the chat blow up. Yes! We relax, we quit, we take less action. Okay? Oh my goodness. Yes! Check you out. I'm sorry. I don't know why I forced you guys to really hit home on that one, but it's true. As we start getting closer and closer to our goal, there's less tension, and so we take less action. And what do we need in order to take action? We need that tension. So what do a lot of us do? Okay, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to get a little closer. Hopefully you could see my rubber band. Here's my current reality. Here's my goal. As I get closer to my goal, there's less tension, and I take less action. And what do people do sometimes in order to get more tension and take more action? They pull their current reality back. They go backwards. They start eating. They put their weight back on. They go back to their old habits, and then they have that tension again. And then they start to take action. So Dr. Ray said, well, that's boring to go backwards. You've already been there. You want to be creative. You want to create. And he talked about, with structural tension, the need for generative movement, so that while you're getting closer to your goal, what do you need to do? You need to stretch it. You need to make a goal for afterwards. You need to think ahead of where you went. So you want to be debt-free? That's your goal. And you see, wow, I'm really nearing that. I'm really getting there. I'm really getting there. But what are you going to do when you're debt-free? Come up with your next goal now and stretch it. Otherwise, you may start to slack off. Oh, you know what? We're almost all paid off. Hey, I'm going to go buy that new grand piano. No, don't stretch down here. You want to stretch your goals, not go backwards to recreate that tension. Okay. Let's take you back to my chocolate cake. Okay? I told you this story has a happy ending. I did not eat it. I've eaten it plenty of times before. Why did I not eat that chocolate cake on Saturday night? I'm going to give you a few reasons so that you can walk away with something. Number one, I was super aware of my routine, of my willpower hangover. It is real, folks. It is real. So I was aware of the problem. I was aware of the obstacle. Number two, I knew I was leading this call tonight, and I knew that I was going to be talking about structural tension, and it forced me to look at mine. And number three, well, I was surrounded by 1,400 coaches. So when you're surrounded by that kind of community, it really empowers you to make your best decision possible. So here are my questions that I'm going to leave you with on this lovely evening. Are you relying on willpower? Because that does get old and gets tired and gets used up. Or do you have a plan? Do you know what your obstacles might be? And do you have a plan for that? And who are you sharing that plan with? Who are you surrounding yourself with? I really hope that this resonated with you. Remember to ask your coach for that structural tension chart, or open up your workbook and get to it.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some Optavia coaches or clients of Optavia.
All right.
The results relayed in these messages
Where's
are
my
based on the
mouse?
unique
There it is.
experiences of the participants,
Okay.
and we cannot guarantee like or similar
I'm
outcomes.
muting you.
While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified in your individual path.
There we go. I'm still unmuting. Where's my mouse? There we go. Unmute Marsha, Martha, Tony. Is everybody unmuted? Dorothy, you mute. Okay, there you go.
Poppy's not. Tony's not.
So now, Dorothy, if you didn't see her picture, I think I'd already passed it.
Muted.
That's her picture. I went out and found her. Do you know who she is, Dorothy? I never met her.
No, I don't.
No, I enjoyed her. Did you guys enjoy her?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. So vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. And vision with action can change the world. I love how we can find these little things to fit our situation. I love our teachable moments, don't you guys?
Yes.
Yep.
So,
That's probably the funnest part for me is finding my little thing.
okay, since you spoke up, Lisa, we'll make you first. And we'll do your takeaway, and then you can go through the things. And then you can
I'm
pass it
still
on.
muted.
Yeah, that's okay. I will unmute him when you get to
Okay.
it.
This is like in left field, but the more I listen to the structural tension chart, I think of one of those little things I found where it talks about shooting an arrow because you have to pull it back before it goes forward. And that's right along with the structural tension for me. But the thing that stuck out with me this time, as many times as I've heard this, is to adjust. When you start losing your tension, adjust it. Adjust your current and your goal to keep the tension.
That made sense to me too.
Yeah. what I would really like to accomplish right now is reach my goal weight to decrease my pain, and I'm making good progress there.
Good.
What I'm most grateful for today is I'm home, I'm among friends, and I'm back in my routine.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't really have anything to share today other than love y'all.
Okay.
And I pass it to Dorothy.
Wow, my takeaway is, I think we undermine ourselves. And like she says, and for me, I've gained weight in the last year, and that's created structural tension for me. But I think in my mind, I had a number that I wasn't going to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So I allowed myself to fail that much before I could make the decision to go back on structural tension, which is dumb. And it just dawned on me when she said that, because I have gained weight, and because of all the things that have been going on, I just figure there's other more important things. So I did not set that goal again until I reached that point that I didn't want to reach. And then I knew that, like last time I went on weight loss for the challenge, instead of keeping my weight at what it was, because I knew that I needed to get back down again. So that I took away from this structural tension thing. And Dawn sent me a text saying that she has no voice, so she didn't come on. What I would really like to accomplish right now, I would just like to continue on my journey. And what I'm grateful for today is it's warmer weather.
Yay! To that.
Yeah, and
Finally.
it's wonderful. Yeah, it's raining today, but I can handle that rather than snow or sleet. What I want to share, wow, I can't think of anything other than I have been working real hard with the card mission at church, and I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And let's see, we're going to go with Bird Mom.
Okay. I think one of the key takeaways, she was describing that willpower hangover. And I think that's been the downfall of all my diets where I've lost weight. And, you go through feeling good and taking pictures of being thin, and then all of a sudden you feel like you've controlled yourself so much that you have to give up and start giving in. So I think that was my downfall.
Wow.
And so I like the way she described that. Or even being on the diet and resisting all these great things, and then finally in the last moment saying, I want that, I deserve it for being so good. I've been there and done that over and over again. Okay. And what I'd really like to accomplish now is to continue getting to my goal weight and then maintaining, because that's the utmost important right now, because I don't want to have to go through this again and keep losing and gaining over and over again. And what I'm most grateful for today is I didn't have to do jury duty. I just went to see if I was called, and we were dismissed. So
Good.
I feel good about that. Yeah. And that's it. I'm going to throw it to Tony.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, wow. Well, what I would really like to accomplish
No,
right
what's your
now.
takeaway? What's your takeaway first?
Oh, well, mine was not getting there. For me to get into a gym is my takeaway.
Getting started, huh?
Getting things done. I wrote it down. I have to set time where I want to do something at specific time.
Your secondary choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get more muscles in my body. So muscle strength is what I want. And I need to set time to go to the gym, specific time I want to be there. And keep that time to go rather than saying, oh, I want to go today sometime.
Sometime.
All right? Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So that's what it is. And what would I like to accomplish right now is getting Connie healthy.
Yes.
That's my,
Yes.
yeah, and I'm really grateful for today because tomorrow is the day.
Mm.
Okay? So there's no tomorrow. So when I get there to tomorrow, it's today. That's the day. Tomorrow is the day. And when I want to share that with you when it's over. Ah, she's everything is good. I'm just praying that everything's cool. Anyway, tomorrow morning we go. That's my goal.
Who you passing to? You got Martha and me.
I'm gonna pass on to you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I had my key takeaway, and now I have forgotten what it is. I know that what struck me about her is I needed to lose 100 pounds when I started the 501, and her telling the story of her doing it without interruption. I got 70 pounds of it off, and I didn't do the last 30. And then I probably lost another 100 pounds over the 7 years of keeping what I lost off. So all the things she said definitely really reinforced what I've already knew I needed to do. And getting to instead of me thinking about needing to lose 100 pounds and lose weight, I have shifted that thought to I want to be a healthy weight. And that way I'm not always happy that I'm not 249 pounds anymore. I'm thinking about how I can be a healthy weight. And a healthy weight is not where I'm at, but it will be at around 140 pounds. So I did my structural tension based on that, and that's what I really want to accomplish right now. And I'm grateful today because my husband has just been so wonderful taking care of me. And what I want to share most today is that tomorrow is the day that we go and take care of this problem in my stomach. And Martha, I'll pass it to you, honey.
The key takeaway, what really impressed me was she was saying how she stuck to it so well.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, when I wanted to get healthy and get off of insulin and all that. And so mine was more, I needed to lose the weight, but mine was more for health reasons. And the one time I slipped really bad. I got home and I called Connie, and she asked me a few key questions, and I told her, I said, I feel so bad and everything. I don't know if it's guilt or if really because of eating 2 hot dogs and potato salad and potato and dip. Really, after, what was it, like 3.5, 4 months? It was like 4 months I've been on it and was doing, I weighed everything. I was like she was.
You were
right
gorgeous.
Wow.
And it did. And I got off of insulin within a short time. And now my goal is because of all the stress we had, my sugar has gone back up tremendously. We had a terrible night last night. My sugar has been running really good for 4 days, 3 or 4 days, and now it was up today. And I need to work on handling the stress better because I'm finding myself yelling at Dick, I'm making him feel bad. And this is not good. So I think my choices to reach my goal of being able to handle stress better is I need to have a quiet time of meditation before Dick gets up.
Mhm.
Which means I might have to be getting up a little bit earlier. And instead of just laying around and polyfrogging like I have been, I need to really take time and really meditate. And I need to tell him I love him more. And I need to make me a schedule thing because Dick is forgetting so many things. I have to make sure now, I have to make sure he gets his medicine and everything in his water. He didn't drink any hardly water yesterday, and he said, well, my glass was empty, and I'm going like, why didn't you ask me for a glass of water? So I've got to check him more. And I want to, and my other choice is to laugh each day. I have got to find something that is funny or laughable every day. And I have been doing a little better on that.
Well, those are great.
So those are my accomplishments and my takeaway. And I'm grateful that Dick has had, even though it was a bad night, he slept in until almost time to disconnect him, which we didn't get him off of the machine until almost 12 o'clock because we didn't get him on it until 2. And I just want to share that without the support of all you people, I probably would have been in Mercy, which is a state institution up in New York. And I mean, without the support and things, it's really, I don't think I would have been where I am, but I do need to improve on my stress level. And let's see, that leaves all of us, right? We all gone, everybody's gone.
You know, you bring to mind to me, Marcia, that the part that she said about you're on that call tonight. So that is part of the structural tension. You know, every week we're here and we're making that effort to improve the quality of our lives. And through having each other, like Marcia just said, that was a great takeaway from there. And the fact that we all do show up here every week for this. Dorothy had a obligation tonight, and she made it in spite of that. And that's what she was talking about. What did you do today that made it possible for you to be here tonight? And every week on Tuesday night, just like clockwork, here we are. We're all together. And we share this with each other, not just for ourselves, but so the other person can feel loved and needed and cared about. And I think that rang true through everybody and what they said tonight and what they were saying. So we got 4 minutes of awareness. Y'all want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, we'll go ahead and say goodnight, and I'll stop the recording for those that are going to be watching this tomorrow.
Okay.
Good night.